What's up, full-time family? No 5-minute starting soon intro. We don't got a lot of time. I have to be to work in about an hour and a half, so the show will probably go on for about an hour. But also, we got a few things to talk about. Also, we're about to get into a world premiere. Y'all know how that goes. We got a world premiere. Shout out to motherfucking Stockton Slaps. You know, they produced us a fucking hit. We're going to play that. But first, instead of the 5-minute intro soon, we are going to run our normal song. So we'll start it off with McGregor versus Khabib, and then we're going to get into our world premiere. And then at the end of the show, I'm going to show you guys a lot of the bullshit that's been going on with this channel. I'm going to show you some shit. So that's going to be at the end of the show after we talk MMA and everything. So yeah, I can't wait. I hope fucking Bada Bing Senior, Junior, one of you smart motherfuckers are in here because I got some shit to show y'all. I need some feedback. But let's get into it. Zero audio? You say I'm froze? Am I froze? Seismic shot? I just saw what you said. You said I froze, zero audio. When did I freeze? What part did I freeze on? It's good now. Did you guys hear the part where I said about the end of the show? I'm about to show y'all what's going on with the channel, or is that where I froze? London into his house, Leon Dubs and John Doe. What's going on, family? I'm good now. So yeah, man, at the end of the show, I got some shit to show y'all. I hope there's somebody smart in here if y'all didn't hear that part, because I'm going to show y'all some of the shit that's been going on with our channel. I've been looking at these analytics. This shit's crazy. We're going to get in that at the end of the show. We're going to talk MMA, but first, let's run the McGregor versus Khabib, and then the world premiere. They call me Conor McGregor, there's no one better. I'm a fuck Khabib up, then go rematch for money, Mayweather. If this dog shit Dagestani thinks he can stand with me, I'll damage him and leave him panicking. Let Russia know I am the king. I don't like you, won't even pretend to try to. I've waited this long to fight you, you shouldn't have fucked with my crew. You ambush Artem Lobov in the hotel lobby, so we went and called gang. Now I'm coked up off of Molly, now I'm coming to the stage. So I think that you should probably stay the fuck up out my way. Somebody get me a dolly. Yo, Conor McGregor, what the fuck is wrong with you? Come here, let me smash you like chicken, just let me humble you. You take all these drugs, but you won't take home a W. If we fight in UFC or if we fight with guns and crews. No, let me stop it, you don't want me to take it there. If you want, you can take a bear, send location, and I'll be there. Alright, y'all ready for the world premiere? Yo, low-key, whenever I was about to start the show and I was looking at these analytics, I was kind of getting pissed off, but this world premiere's got me back hyped up. But man, I can't wait to show y'all what the fuck's going on with some of this craziness at the end of the show. Are y'all ready for the world premiere? Now, you guys heard the original Gaethje versus Vic, the Boys Round Here remix, old country version. Y'all know Full Time did his thing, but Stockton Slaps produced this. This is a motherfucking professional producer. Stockton Slaps. Shout out to Stockton Slaps for reaching out. And if you're in here, make sure you hit the thumbs up because it's time for the world premiere. Oh, that's not it. Here it is. World premiere. It's full time.
MMA.
Well, the boys round here don't have no fear. James Vick's been talking shit, so I'ma kick him in his rear. I'ma kick him in his legs, then I'ma punch him in his ear. Yeah, I'ma knock this fucker out, then I'ma buy us both a beer. You see, I've had a long day with training and stacking hay, so I don't got time for all your bitching and whining. I don't know what you were thinking when you signed up to fight me at UFC Lincoln, but you had to be drinking. You had to be thinking that you were actually decent, but I'm about to prove you're not when I beat your ass this weekend. They call me Justin Gaethje, and I know you fucking hate me, but the fans all love me, and you they don't fuck with. Beat your ass, then get another truck with the money that I won and give the rest to my honey. See, the boys round here
Don't have no fear. We're fighting in the UFC and it's just you and me. Sing along while I get me a beer. Yeehaw, see the boys round here. Don't have no fear. We're fighting in the UFC and it's just you and me. Sing along while I get me a beer. Yeehaw! Wow, Justin Gaethje, it's clear that you're fucking crazy. If you think that you can see me, I'm John Cena and you're Stevie. We both know that you can't beat me. You're riding a losing streak. In your fight IQ it stinks. Every fight you be taking beatings, and I'm not gonna take it easy.
Hey!
I'm coming with your rank, and I'm coming to put that performance of the night bonus in the bank. And I'm not the one to play with, most dangerous and underrated. If you ain't know, they call me James Vick, and now let me hear you sing it. The boys round here don't have no fear. We're fighting in the UFC and it's just you and me. Sing along while I get me a beer. Yeehaw! See the boys round here don't have no fear. We're fighting in the UFC and it's just you and me. Sing along while I get me a beer. Yeehaw! Share this video full-time family if you enjoyed it.
Yo.
James Vick versus Justin.
Yo. Shout out to motherfucking Stockton Slaps. Are y'all kidding me? Y'all hear the production on there? The yeehaw, added a whole bunch of shit to the background, the intro. Holy smokes, that's crazy. That is super dope. He sent me that last night. And shout out to the Immortal One for the $2 super chat. He said, I like it like that. Hell yeah, man. Much appreciated for that $2 in the super chat. Definitely needed at this point when I'm just going to give you guys a fucking sneak peek. Just a quick sneak peek. Motherfucking, we got a 3-hour show and we got $1 in the analytics, and it wasn't even demonetized. We're going to get into that at the end of the show. We got some MMA to talk about. We got work to get to, so we'll see what we can do. The War Machine Brittany Neiman in the building. What is up, War Machine Brittany Neiman? Good to see you here. Redskin God L says, yo, full time, that shit sound like a good old boy #1 hit. That's what I'm saying. That motherfucker should be viral. That shit's crazy, especially with that production. I can't wait to actually put it out. I don't got time to do it before work, so I'm going to make the video for it and then actually put it out as a song after work. But y'all got to hear the world premiere first. Forward says, Verse Series, Stockton Slaps versus DC Slams. That sounds dope, actually. That sounds like some shit, you know, if you had some super good-ass video editing, you could make a dope-ass video of all the Stockton Slaps, the history, and then DC's wrestling. It sounds like a crazy-ass video. But hell yeah, man. Someone said maybe you could do MMA rap battles. That's kind of like what that is, really. I mean, I did one for each side, but you know what I'm saying? I've did it for a bunch of, I've did like over 20 of them songs. So we're working up a catalog over here. So yeah, let's get into these MMA topics, man. We don't got much time. Dana White saying Conor McGregor is one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC. I think some people would argue overrated, but I see what the, you know, Dana White kind of has a point as far as people sleeping on Conor McGregor's grappling, but as far as you got to think about how popular this guy is. No other fighter has ever been this popular. And yeah, Conor McGregor might be one of the best fighters of all time, but so is Demetrious Johnson. And that doesn't translate into popularity. So the fact that he has all of this popularity, I think that's why some people might argue that he's overrated. But this is what Dana White has to say. It's funny to see this because of how popular he is and what a huge star he is, but I think Conor McGregor is one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC. Every time Conor McGregor comes out to fight somebody new and it's a wrestler or whatever, this is the fight that Conor's going to lose. He continued to say, he said that he would knock Jose Aldo out the way he did, and he did it. He said he would do it in the first round. A lot of people picked him to lose to Eddie Alvarez because of Alvarez's style in wrestling. Look how he looked there, leading up to the fight when he fought Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes is a wrestler. Everybody believed that he would do that. Then Conor McGregor won, and everyone said Chad Mendes didn't have enough time to train for it. The list goes on. So he just says even when Conor McGregor has proved he can beat wrestlers, you know, it still gets doubted and whatnot. So, I mean, maybe his grappling is a little underrated, but you know what I'm saying? In that Chad Mendes fight in the first couple of rounds, he was getting taken down. And you know what I'm saying? He had to come back through the storm, which he was able to do. So, but yeah, man. I mean, you know, it is what it is. What do you guys think? You think Conor McGregor's overrated or underrated? Dana White, the UFC president, believes he's a little underrated. And, you know, we might just be talking about his grappling, but we'll move on. Crazy-ass topic that came out last night. I found out about this while I was at work. I seen it pop up on Coach's channel when I was on my break. I was on YouTube, and that shit popped up. I was like, what? And you know what I'm saying? Because this dude already had, you guys, if you recall, the Nazi tattoos popped up. He wasn't going to get them removed. Andrea Lee even defended him, saying, you're all sensitive-ass mofos. And, hey, it is what it is. You know, there was a lot of people, myself, the coach, other MMA outlets, they all, you know, everyone was like, hey, if you want to get it removed, you can get it done for free. But he was like, nah, not necessarily. He didn't seem open to do it. So with that being said, that got brushed under the rug. You know, people just kind of forgot about it, left it alone. You know, I'm sure it would probably resurface when she got in her next fight, but people left it alone. You know, he was covering up, it seemed. They were taking pictures with their black roommates and stuff, and interviewing with different black channels to show that she wasn't racist and stuff like that. But now all of this resurfaced because allegedly Andrea Lee has been assaulted by her husband, and in the situation there was a witness testimony. I mean, I did a video on it, a whole video. You can check that out. But one of her best friends was there, and she called the police, and the whole situation played out. He ended up going on the run once the cops were called. You know what I'm saying? He fled the scene. So there should be a warrant out for his arrest if there's not already. This happened like August 4th. But with that being said, one of the things I brought up is this could be a situation, man, where she could have been in a bad situation. Like, let's say, she's got to defend her husband publicly. If not, if she wouldn't have defended him publicly, who knows what would have happened. I mean, now that we see this is going on, so it could be a situation she didn't know how the fuck to get out of. What are you supposed to do? Come out here and publicly go against your husband? Like, behind the scenes, he's not gonna fucking move on getting his tattoos removed. So what do? Come out in the public like, hey, I want him to get him removed, but he told me no. You don't take that shit to the public. That's gonna fuck up your family life at home. So she had to defend her husband at that point. But now it seems like a situation where she could have just been in a shitty situation with a shitty person, as in, if they split, she's a professional fighter traveling all the time. What would happen? They have a kid together, I believe a daughter. So what would happen with the daughter? There's a lot of shit that went into this. What if there wasn't no prenup and she'd have to, there's a whole bunch of shit that could have went into this to why she couldn't get out of this situation. And now it seems like it's all came to an ugly head after Demetrious Johnson was robbed. They were arguing about, and Henry Cejudo, they weren't arguing about that, but they were, they were talking about that in this whole situation. I found that pretty interesting. It was right after that. It seemed like they were actually agreeing on that. They both thought Demetrious Johnson was robbed, and then after that, that's when shit erupted, if you read the whole police report. So you guys can check that out on my MMA news. It's even been, I seen now, I mean, everyone's picking it up, so you'll probably hear more about this coming up week. But yeah, man, unfortunate situation for Andrea Lee, but we shall move on. Big J MMA said, heard a few minutes ago on ESPN, they said they're currently working on the warrant, should come out later today. They said, yeah, so unfortunate situation for sure for Andrea Lee. Hopefully, she can get away from that situation now. This would be the time, because if you stay with him after this, I don't think anyone's going to have any sympathy, any fucking pity, anything. If you're like, yeah, he was trying to fucking allegedly burn me with the cigarette, and yeah, he's got Nazi tattoos, but you're all sensitive mofos. I don't think she can do that at this point. It's not doesn't seem like a good situation, so hopefully she can get away from that dude. Clearly seems like what needs to happen at this point, just from the outside looking in. Now, of course, no one knows all the details behind the scenes, but if you're a public figure, and you've got a budding career in the UFC, this is not something you need to be associated with unless you're like choosing that over your career, which would be, that would also be unfortunate because she's got a bright future ahead of her. I believe she could in the UFC at 125 pounds. So with that being said, UFC 229 ticket sales are on sale this week for Khabib and Conor, the biggest fight in UFC history. Now, we can check those out. It's going to happen in Las Vegas, UFC 229, T-Mobile Arena. Main card airs on pay-per-view. Ticket prices, it says they haven't been announced, but they'll go on sale to the general public Friday at 10 a.m. No, I saw some ticket prices somewhere, Mother Trucker. Okay, yeah, so maybe the tickets aren't on sale, but I've seen some estimated ticket prices somewhere. But it says the tickets go on sale this Friday. However, UFC pre-sale periods began Wednesday. Okay, that's what I saw. As previously announced, Conor McGregor. We still don't have the whole card. Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov will return. Conor's returning from a 2-year hiatus. He fought Floyd Mayweather, of course. Khabib, undisputed champion, never lost a round. No, in the co-main event, Derek Lewis taking on Alexander Volkov. Ooh, that's actually potentially going to be a fun fight. Hopefully Derek Lewis's back is good, but I'm always down for a Derek Lewis fight. Fuck what you talking about. Mary Thomas in the building says, what's up, Mary? And General Africa, what is up? Mary Thomas said, damn, I've reheard Conor McGregor and underrated. I've never heard. Okay, yeah, okay, there's a space that threw me off. Damn, I've never heard Conor McGregor and underrated in the same sentence. Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying. Like, he's one of the biggest fucking stars in the world. I don't think that you can be underrated. You know how many people fuck with Conor? But, you know, maybe it's just his grappling Daniel's speaking about. Got some OGs in the building, says forward. Yes, sir. What is up, everybody? General Africa 2, what's going on? All right, Big J MMA. Yep, we just read that one, so we'll continue. But yeah, ticket sales are going on this weekend. I can imagine that thing's going to be gone. As soon as the day of, it's going to be gone. But I also saw, like, you can only buy tickets, like, in 8s. You can only buy up to 8 tickets per person, pretty much. So them things are going to be gone. People are going to be buying them, reselling them. Shit, I know that's probably what I would be doing. If you know what I'm saying? I'd be trying to, if you could get your hands on some, they're going to go up in price. That's all I know. Sounds like a good hustle, but I don't know. I've never been a fucking ticket scalper or really even went to an event. So, but I could just imagine being the biggest card in history, there's going to be a lot of that going on. So with that being said, Paulie Malignaggi says, no balls, Conor McGregor will look for a way out of the Khabib Nurmagomedov fight. Paulie is clout chasing. Clout chaser alert. Clout chaser alert. Not fucking around either, man. Conor McGregor shared one damn picture. Retweeted. He didn't even post it. He retweeted a picture. It was MMA history. It was like 1 year ago today, Conor McGregor, or the footage was released of Conor McGregor dropping Paulie. Conor retweeted that shit and said, time flies when you're on your ass. All he said. Now Paulie fucking hit him up back with like 2 tweets. This motherfucker's on a radio show talking about him. And if you check out Paulie's Twitter, he's talking about how he lost like 4,000 followers. And he's talking about fuck Twitter and fuck the FBI. So maybe he's reconsidered and he's looking to get some of those followers back by, you know, sucking a little bit of clout off of Conor. Pause. But yeah, so there's what Conor McGregor shared. Time flies when you're on your ass. Now, if you go to MMA Fighting, you can see the whole interview, not the actual, it was on Sirius XM, but it's all translated, you know, it's written down. You can read the whole interview, but here's the part where he was talking about the Khabib fight. But one of the other things I wanted to point out is he feels like Conor McGregor's pride is hurt when he's talking about why he's reposting shit. So I'll read this, and then I'll read what he had to say about the Khabib fight. He says, his pride is hurt. He still thinks about the beating he caught every day in the gym last year. He had 4 seconds of highlights, and it's burning him inside. That's that he only has 4 or 5 seconds of highlights in 36 minutes. Yeah, all right, man, this dude's a little delusional. He says, he thinks about me every single day. His personality, his behavior pattern is very consistent with this. A year later, he's still tweeting about me. A few months after we sparred, he put his only highlights on the documentary of his that came out as well. He's really all by himself coming up with these ideas to think about Paulie Malignaggi. No, man, he thinks Conor McGregor's obsessed with him. Yo, Conor has so much shit to think about than fucking Paulie. He probably was scrolling through his phone 1 second, saw it, oh, 1 year anniversary, little boom, boom, retweet, and now he's making it seem like Conor McGregor's obsessed with fucking Paulie. Dog, he fought Floyd Mayweather already. This shit happened before the Floyd fight. He done fought Floyd. He done did all type of shit, got into it with Khabib. He done threw dollies. He's got a Khabib fight coming up. He is not obsessing on Paulie right now, but it is what it is. We'll continue to read what he had to say about Conor McGregor in the Khabib fight. Here's the thing about Conor. I've said that he has no balls, and he has a problem with this fight. Khabib's not a guy that will put you out of your misery. Remember the Nate Diaz fight when he shot in on Nate Diaz and he got submitted? Nate Diaz is a guy you don't want to wind up on the ground with because he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he'll submit you right away. If you're going to fight Nate Diaz, you have to keep the fight standing up in the fight against Nate Diaz. Though he's getting pummeled in round 2, and he's probably going to get pummeled for the rest of the fight. So what does he do? He needs a way out of it because he doesn't want to get beat up for 4 straight rounds. So what does he do? He goes, if I take this fight to the ground, Nate will submit me, and then I won't look like I quit. Because if you fight Nate Diaz, common sense tells you that you don't want to wind up on the ground. Conor is the one that took that fight to the ground. He shot in, looking to take that fight to the ground. Why did he do that? Because he's trying to quit. If Nate puts him in a submission, he can quit, and then it looks like, oh, well, I had to tap out. But really, the decision was made when he shot in that he was quitting already. Now, sounds like Paulie turned into an MMA analyst, low-key, you know what I'm saying? Talking about breaking down the Khabib fight and all the Nate Diaz shit, but no, that is a sentiment that has been echoed throughout. You know, some people believe that Conor McGregor's not known for taking people down. They believe he started panic wrestling when Nate Diaz started clipping him up, tried to shoot for a takedown because he wanted a way out. I think Nate Diaz has said that. But with that being said, I mean, this is Paulie right now we're talking about, you know, speaking about Conor McGregor. So it is what it is. You can take what you want from that. But hey, Paulie seems to be back. I know he's dying for a Conor McGregor response right now. He's dying. He's praying. He's like, okay, I'm going to go on this radio show and I'm going to speak about Conor. Maybe he'll respond to me. All Conor did was fucking retweet a moment in history, and this dude is going on a radio tour right now talking about Conor. Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? CloutChaser alert. With that being said, we'll continue, though. Kamaru Usman on tap as a replacement for Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till at UFC 228. And I'm going to, if you haven't already heard the video, I'm going to explain why this is such a fucking great idea. Because normally you would have, like, Kamaru Usman fighting somebody on the card. And then if Tyron Woodley or Darren Till got injured, you could still call Kamaru Usman up. And, you know, his opponent might just not get the fight because Kamaru Usman got called up. We've seen that happen before. It's saved UFC events in the past. That's how Khabib ended up fighting Ali Quinta. They had to scrap the Iaquinta versus Felder fight because Ali Quinta got called up to save the main event. So, you know, originally I was thinking like, well, if Kamaru Usman's going to be weighing in and healthy, and why ain't he just fighting on that night? You know what I'm saying? But this is why, and it took me a Chael Sonnen video to realize this, but he was like, if Kamaru Usman plays this right, he can guarantee he's the next #1 contender. Now, also, one thing for sure is we know that we have a main event. No matter what, Kamaru Usman being there, that's dope, because no matter who falls out, we still got to fight. If Tyron Woodley falls out, that would be real crazy. Darren Till versus Kamaru Usman for what? The title if Tyron Woodley's injured? So maybe this is more so for if Darren Till like gets injured or misses weight or something, maybe Kamaru Usman steps in. But either way, one thing he can do, and Chael Sonnen didn't put this out there because he's Colby Covington's guy, so of course you don't want to tell Kamaru Usman how to skip him in the queue. But he was like, if he plays his cards right, he can guarantee he's to fight the winner of Till and Tyron. Now, in order to do that, he's got to bust a Brock Lesnar. He's got to do, you know what I'm saying? He's got to come in here, do a Mike Perry, whatever you got to do after the fight. Whoever wins, when they're on the mic, scale the fence. You know what I'm saying? Don't push no referees. You're not Conor McGregor. Scale the fence. Make a motherfucking scene. It's going to be replayed. It's going to go viral. It's going to fucking get you a fight. So I think that's what Kamaru Usman can do now. Since he's going to be there, he's going to be healthy. For one, he can be a replacement opponent. For two, since he's in attendance, I'm scaling that motherfucking fence. I'm selling the show. I think that would be a way to, for sure, make your case for the next title shot. If you got some crazy-ass moment where you're fucking scaling the fence or whatever, you're shaking the fence on the outside. I want you, Tyron. I want you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Perry did. Like, I think that's what he could also do here. So keep your eye on that. He's got a good management team. Maybe they've thought about that already. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to be in attendance for sure at UFC 228. We'll continue, though. Marlon Moraes feels like TJ Dillashaw should vacate the bantamweight title if he fights Henry Cejudo. Come on, dog. He just fought like 2 weekends ago. He just fought August 4th. I mean, there's no way he should be vacating it yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some bantamweight, you know, guys that could be fighting for the title next, but he literally just defended his title. He don't got to vacate that thing for another fucking 4 or 5 months. And if he's still healthy and if he's going to be fighting Cejudo this year, it's one thing if he's not going to be fighting Cejudo until February, and then he's going down to flyweight. But if they can fight sooner than that because they're both relatively healthy, fuck no, it was way too early to be calling for TJ to vacate. You know what I'm saying? But it does seem like he could be taking on Henry Cejudo sometime soon, as we saw them square off on Extra TV. But this is what Marlon Moraes had to say. He said, yeah, man, 100%. He says, but the situation now is kind of getting crazy because Dillashaw and Dwayne Ludwig, they're calling the shots now. They want to match me up with Dominic Cruz and other guys. Why, man? Stop matching me up and just fight me. And if you listen, it's always way better to hear this from Marlon Moraes, because I don't know what it is about his interviews, but they're very entertaining. The way he talks and shit, he just sounds like he's hungry or something. But he said, I feel like Cruz had a long layoff. I agree with him. He's one of the best ever, but we got to see how this is now. Make a comeback, fight somebody else to see where he's at. See, and that's kind of what TJ was saying too. Fight somebody else to see where you're at. Not somebody else TJ is saying is Marlon Moraes. So Marlon Moraes is saying he needs to fight someone, but not him. He wants that immediate title shot. But I'm going to tell you right now, if anyone gets it, I don't think it's going to be Marlon Moraes. I think it's going to be Dominic Cruz or Henry Cejudo. But Dominic Cruz, there's a history there. He's a former kingpin. It's a legacy fight. It's the biggest money fight. There's so many reasons Dominic Cruz checks off the, next fight for TJ Dillashaw over Marlon Moraes. But some people are starting to feel like TJ Dillashaw is ducking Marlon Moraes and ducking top contenders. I saw somebody, I don't know if it was a meme or something, or an article, but I think it was an article actually, and it was like, TJ Dillashaw is talking about fighting Henry Cejudo. He was talking about fighting Gervonta Davis. They said he's talking about fighting everywhere but in the bantamweight division, like he was avoiding the bantamweight division. So some people could very well start to believe that, but I'm not in my mind. He just defended the title. He just knocked out Cody for a second time, first round. If he's going to fight Henry Cejudo for a second belt, that's a legacy fight. That's a money fight. If he fights Dominic Cruz, that's a top contender. And the Gervonta Davis, that's another money fight. He's got ties to Floyd Mayweather. He's Floyd Mayweather's boy. That's almost like, it's not like McGregor Mayweather 2, but it's, you know what I'm saying? It's the next boxing versus MMA super fight if that were to happen. Gervonta Davis versus TJ Dillashaw would definitely get TJ Dillashaw quite a bit of money, and also a legacy fight in a sense of if Gervonta came to the UFC, it would be fucking, not on his, greatest bantamweight of all time legacy, but it's a legacy fight as far as it's going to get him a whole lot more exposure. It's going to, do a lot for MMA in that sense, as far as MMA versus boxing. And also, even if he went to boxing, which he has opened up to, he's like, listen, if he's too pussy to come to MMA like he was talking about, I'll go to his sport. So either way, that would be a big fight for TJ Dillashaw, but I don't think he's ducking Marlon Moraes or Rafael Assunção. I just think there's a lot of people that have earned that title shot necessarily. Like Marlon Moraes, he's got 2 knockouts, coming off 2 knockouts, most recently over Jimmy Rivera. For sure, he could fight for the title. But Rafael Assunção, or that's Marlon Moraes. Rafael Assunção is like 13-1 at bantamweight, only lost to TJ Dillashaw. I mean, he's trying to fight for the title. You also got Dominic Cruz, former kingpin, fucking greatest bantamweight of all time. Arguably, he's trying to fight for the title. Then you got a super fight. TJ Dillashaw just got all these options. So if he came out and said, all right, I'm fighting Marlon Moraes, people would say, oh, you're fucking ducking Dominic Cruz, or you're ducking Gervonta Davis or something crazy. He just got so many options right now, so can't be mad at him for wanting to, find the best option. That's what everybody would do, take the best option. I'm not going to fight you just because you think I'm fucking scared of you. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the least likely options. But yeah, so he said if TJ goes down and vacates the belt, I would be more than welcome to that opportunity. It's going to be an honor for me to fight such a great fighter like Dominic Cruz. I saw last week he said, guys, don't talk about him, but I always talk about him. He's one of the best, and I always looked up to him. So it almost feels like Marlon Moraes don't really want to fight Dominic Cruz in a #1 contender fight. He's saying that Dominic, he wants to fight for the title next, and if he fights Dominic Cruz, it should be for the title. And I don't know. I think that's a great #1 contender fight. If TJ's fighting in a super fight next, whether it's Gervonta Davis, whether it's fucking Henry Cejudo, what are y'all going to do? Both sit there on your hands and wait to see who he chooses next? Because if that's what you're planning on doing, I'm sorry, it's probably going to Cruz. So we'll see what happens, but a lot of possibilities for TJ Dillashaw. But if you're going off of that announcement on Extra, and I was listening to the Ariel Helwani MMA Hour at work yesterday, he said he for some reason doesn't believe that Henry Cejudo versus TJ Dillashaw is next, and he usually knows the way things are going. So I would be curious to hear his thoughts on that whole, them squaring off. But on Extra TV, because under the announcement they said it's on, and then TJ was like, I can't wait to fucking, they were talking to each other like the fight was next too. So it definitely seemed like that fight was in the works from that face off they had. but it's not official, of course, even though it said it's on. It was on extra TV, so we don't know what the hell was really going on there. But TJ was there, Henry was there, they faced off, so we'll see what happens with that. But it does seem like TJ could be looking at a super fight next instead of one of these top contenders. Demetrious Johnson now suspended indefinitely, needs clearance for knee. Demetrious Johnson taking the L like a fucking champ. A lot of people probably thought, man, DJ ain't lost in so long. He's going to fucking lose this fight and be whining about, no. He's like, yo, I fucking lose all the time. Well, and actually, you know, if you watch him play games, he does. You know what I'm saying? No, but in the gym, he said he's lost. He lost to Cruz. Like, he knows losses come. Also, he saw the greatest lose. He said fucking GSP is lost. Conor McGregor's lost. John Jones, you know, what he's went through. Daniel Cormier's lost. Like, the greatest have all lost. Anderson Silva's lost. Everybody, Jose Aldo's lost. All the greatest have lost in the sport. Nobody goes out undefeated. I knew it was going to come eventually. I got injured in the fight. It is what it is. And I'm going to come back when I'm fully healthy. So, but he said typically it's a grade 3 tear, you need surgery. Grade 2 is 6 weeks off in rehab. I'm feeling like a grade 2 because I've had a tear in my LCL before. We've updated the database with the new information. So yeah, man, it seems, you know, he's out indefinitely now. We don't know when he's coming back, but I think when I was listening to him speak on the MMA Hour, he said something like, you know, if he has to fight twice before I'm healthy, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make sure he's 100% before he comes back. So that opens up some fights for Henry Cejudo as the champion. And you know what I'm saying? At least to fight TJ Dillashaw, you know, because, yeah, I definitely agree that that Demetrious Johnson deserves an immediate rematch. But if he's not coming back, what do you want Henry Cejudo to do? Wait on him? So now he's got at least some time if he is going to get some fights in as the champion before DJ comes back to take that belt, or try to. Dillon Danis, oh yeah, we're definitely coming toward the end of the show when we start getting to Dillon Danis. Dillon Danis challenges Kevin Lee to a high-stakes grappling match. Kevin Lee responds, yo, Dillon Danis, say what you want. He's fucking out here, whatever he's doing, he's making people know who he is. People know who this guy is. He's becoming a bigger name. I don't even know what all he does, but he's doing some shit with OVO. I mean, he says crazy shit, calls out John Jones and shit like that, and he says all type of stuff on you. But hey, it might be working. He's also boys with Conor McGregor, so I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But Dillon Danis is definitely. I don't want to, you know, I don't even know. He seems like he's going to be one of Bellator's bigger stars. He's already a big name of the sport, and I'm not talking about from his skills, but his popularity on top of his jiu-jitsu. You know, he's probably going to be able to get some wins, especially over in Bellator. But he's definitely fucking a name that I think we're going to be hearing about for a while. Dillon Danis says, if what you say is true, Motown Phenom, then let's roll on Instagram Live. We'll both put up $100K cash. Winner takes all. Only way to win is by submission. Hashtag easy money. Kevin Lee said, say win. Oh, shit. Yo, $100K winner takes all between Dillon Danis and Kevin Lee in a grappling match. I'm not going to lie. I'm fucking watching that. You know what I'm saying? That actually seems interesting, especially a grappling match, because that's where you can't count Dillon Danis out. But honestly, I've never seen Dillon Danis compete in jiu-jitsu. I've never watched a tournament he was in. So I don't know how. I know he's highly touted. I know Conor brought him in to train and shit like that. So we'll see what happens. But I would definitely watch Kevin Lee versus Dillon Danis in a grappling match, especially like $100K. That sounds like some decent money, man. But all right, we got a couple more topics to talk about before we get into the biggity bullshit at the end of the show. Anthony Smith volunteers to fight Jimi Manuwa at UFC Fight Night 137. This is, of course, after Glover Teixeira has withdrew from the... Yeah, he's offering to fight Glover Teixeira. Or Jimi Manuwa. Okay, so Glover Teixeira is out with an injury. That's who he was supposed to fight. Area Hawani says Khalil Roundtree has offered to fill in on short notice versus Jimi Manuwa after Glover Teixeira withdrew today. I'm told he's even in Brazil right now. However, UFC would like to find a Brazilian replacement, sources say, as a couple of hours ago, Thiago Santos had not been asked. Thiago Santos is a guy that said he was going to be at middleweight Square Garden just in case one of those fights fall through. So I wouldn't be surprised, especially in Brazil, if he took this fight, if he's going to be ready. We don't know how he's, if he's going to be on waiting time and whatnot. But Anthony Smith said, SMH, I'll do it. Send me the fight info. So, I mean, you got Khalil Roundtree, you got Anthony Smith willing to do it. That's a big name. Like, if Anthony Smith is willing, I think we got to get him in here. That's another trend of taking a short notice fight. But it seems like the UFC's looking for a Brazilian replacement. You know, because it's going to be in Brazil. But, yo, if it wasn't, we got some names. And that's another fight. Khalil Roundtree's throwing his name in the hat. Phew, phew. He knocked out Gokhan Saki. He was talking about coming up and fighting Gustafsson. He's talking about taking this fight. So, yeah, he'll probably have a fight booked soon. You know, he's offering to take all these fights on short notice. So he'll probably just take a fight on long notice, you would think, soon. You know what I'm saying? He sounds like he's ready to fight. So Anthony Smith says he'll do it. Send him the fight info. I would definitely be in for that. Jimi Manuwa versus Anthony Smith. That'd be a tough fight. But Anthony Smith, he would be moving up the ladder if he could get that win over the established light heavyweight contender Jimi Manuwa. I would be all in on Smith versus Manuwa, but we'll see what happens. It looks like the UFC's looking for a Brazilian replacement. But if Thiago Santos isn't available, you know, what are they going to do? Just like sign a newcomer? I think Anthony Smith will probably be a better option for that. So we'll see what actually comes to fruition on that. But that would be dope if Anthony Smith got the call, or Thiago Santos. Moving on, Benson Henderson returns against Saad Awad at Bellator 208. Not much here. Just wanted to plug Benson Henderson's fight. A lot of Bellator events coming up this Friday. You got Caldwell versus Higo. But yeah, with that being said, got to get to work soon, so we're going to be shutting this down. But I hope there's some smart people in here. Especially, I wish my motherfucking dog Bada Bing was back, because he needs to explain this shit to me. I'm going to show you guys some shit. And if you're here for the MMA talk, you guys, thanks for coming. Oh, there's 49 people watching. Y'all don't want to hear about this shit. But okay, so let me close the show. Y'all, thanks for coming. That was the show. This is just more for the full-time family. I'm going to show a little of the fuckery that's been going on with my channel. It seems, you know what I'm saying, like there's some BS. Been doing some streams and stuff, so we're going to get into that. But everyone else, I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time. I got to get to work today. Be putting out videos. We do it every day. If you're new, make sure you hit subscribe, and if not, make sure you hit thumbs up on the video. So that being said, thank y'all for coming through. Now let's get into the biggity bullshit going on with the channel. I just want to show you guys some of the stuff I've been looking at. So check this out, right? Conor McGregor, I did this live stream, and this is it was like 2 hours and whatnot, but I'm using it as a comparison because it tells you the estimated revenue, right? So, and like I said, if you guys are here for the MMA part is over. I'm going to be getting off soon, so if you ain't interested in seeing some biggity bullshit, you know, don't hit thumbs down, because we ain't talking MMA no more. I fucking told y'all. We're out for the day. We'll be back tomorrow. But look, so we did this live stream. I don't even look at the fucking 7,000 minutes of watch time. Average view duration, I see that's 11 minutes, but $8, so that's cool. You know, we're working with pennies over here. We know that we're collecting pennies on this channel because we're only at 8,000 subs. Even though for some reason our checks have been like halved, and that's something you guys have heard about. Like, I don't know how that happens. We were getting more views when we had less subscribers. It almost feels like we hit a bad algorithm. I don't know if it's when we had the wave of trolls and they could just flag your videos so much you get taken down on the suggested views, but that's another thing I'm going to show you. So look, $8 off of that, that's cool. But check this one out. This is what really, I was like, what the fuck? This one was our UFC 227 recap. It had over 1,000 views, 3 hours long. It's not demonetized, and it says we're about to get like $1 off of this shit, bro. And that's why I was like, man, what the fuck is really going on? So I'm going to show you something else. So just keep that in mind. That was a 3-hour stream we did. It wasn't demonetized. I pulled that up, I believe, right here. You can see, I can go to monetization. It's green. If it was demonetized, that would be orange. So it's not demonetized. 3-hour stream, 10,000 minutes of watch time, $1. So that's just part of the fuckery going on. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? It seems like our checks have been fucking halved. I don't know what it's really got to do with. Like I said, it could be because trolls flagged our shit, but that would be giving the trolls a lot of power. If someone doesn't like your channel, they can create 20 different accounts and report you, because we do have that one dude who had 10 different fucking accounts. So that would be, that almost seems ridiculous. If somebody, you could just get 20 people together to go flag somebody's shit and it completely shits on their channel. That wouldn't really make much sense for YouTube to give trolls that much power. But with that being said, I'll show you guys this also. So you can look at like the last 30 days, the first quarter, and I want to show you guys just specifically last 28 days. This is where I got that information from, but you can see, so 28,000 views on this video, $1. 28 here, like $4. Like you can see the watch time, the views. It just doesn't really, you know, add up. It doesn't make much sense. Like, and they're not demonetized, so to be, you know what I'm saying? So, I was just pointing that out because, you know, I was hoping there was going to be like some fucking smart people here, like Bada Bing Jr. to explain, you know, kind of what could be going on with the analytics here, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. If you go back and see, you can go back to like to the first quarter, and this is the last thing I wanted to show you before I get out of here. Look down here at the traffic sources. I don't even know if you guys can see this. Let me see. Whenever I scroll all the way down I might have to scroll up for you guys. Traffic sources. Yeah. Okay, I got to bring the screen up a little bit. I can see on there. This is one of the things that really, I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see these traffic sources. And this is why I was really like, okay, something fucking happened. So traffic sources, you can see where the traffic comes from for our videos. Now, you know, when it's suggested videos is usually when you get the new people, new subscribers, because it's people that haven't necessarily seen the video before. If y'all come back and search full-time MMA, you know that's y'all coming back. That's, you know, that's just the family. So the YouTube search is the family. Browse features is usually the family as well, because that's people browsing for our channel. But suggested videos is where we get our growth. Now, see, in the last 28 days, and it's actually been more recently. I can look at the last 90 days, and I'm also going to show you the first 90 days. Check this shit out. Suggested videos, only 12%. That's why, like, we used to get fucking, like, 20 subs a day, and this was on slow times. This wasn't even during Conor McGregor fights or nothing. This was just regular shit. And, so, and you know, because I know the UFC has had some low numbers, but I've also been comparing this shit with other YouTube channels, and a lot of them have had the same amount of, you know, growth. Like if you do fight companions, they're doing the same numbers. So you know what I'm saying? And it's really got a lot to do with that suggested feature. And I'm going to show you that because right here, so we've only been, it was at 9% yesterday, went up a little bit, but it's 12%. But check this out. We can do the first quarter and the last quarter. So last quarter, this is where a lot of our views came from. It was suggested videos at the top. That was when our shit was normal. You know what I'm saying? It was normal. See, the suggested videos were where we got a lot of our new people. And so that was it. That had always been the case on all of our YouTube channel. The second one we have with only 800 subs, our old one before it got deleted, that's really where a majority of your traffic comes from, suggested videos. And so that's how it was all the way. We were good until recently, which is when you guys have been hearing me talk about, like, yo, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Our GoFundMe got flagged too, which was fucking crazy. Second GoFundMe got flagged right after we set up our withdrawals. But so this is the last first quarter, and then so if you go like to the last 30 days, you can go down and you can see like it's just been fucking YouTube search suggested videos is down at 12%. Let's see, this quarter, see where the suggested videos is at, down at 12% for this whole quarter, not even just this 30 days. You know, all of our views, which have been just coming from the family, which is dope, you know what I'm saying, it's the family, but in order to grow the family, like those suggested videos definitely used to help. So it seems like we're on the shitty end of some algorithm, which is why shit has been going on with the channel. So I just wanted to point that out. Maybe we'll get fucking Bada Bing Senior, Bada Bing Junior in here, but yeah, I've just been looking at that lately because it hasn't made a lot of fucking sense. But so yeah, I wanted to show that. But hey, man, it is what it is. Either way, even if our growth is limited, you know, I felt like that. I didn't really have the numbers and shit. I didn't see those suggested videos and shit. But yeah, I've been looking at that lately, and so that's definitely seems like something that's going on. And I don't know if it's fucking trolls that can just do that. That would be kind of crazy. But either way, man, it is what it is. You know how that goes. But that's why we're going to have to share the videos. Motherfucking, I've been doing that. I'm probably going to get kicked out of a couple Facebook groups. You know, I don't spam their groups, but they definitely got a new full-time video in there every day. So we'll see if they enjoy them, if they become part of the family. But either way, I appreciate you guys for being here. I got to get to work soon. I just wanted to bring that up because to me, that's kind of crazy. This whole suggested videos thing at the bottom, how it went from, that's always been at least 40% of our new traffic, you know, and just as of late, it's like, we ain't getting put out there on the suggested videos, it seems. So, hey, it is what it is. At least we got, you know, the family we do have. There's still some people that'll be like searching for, you know, you can find us in the search features, if you scroll down and shit, but we ain't getting suggested. So it seems like we're on the shitty end of the algorithm. It is what it is. We're going to keep grinding. We'll be here tomorrow for the Fight Companion. Normal time is going to be a little later in the evening because we ain't got work tomorrow, thanks to the full-time family. So with that being said, also, if you want to help support the channel, make sure you sign up to Patreon, because that's definitely one of the ways you can do that. There's free videos over there as well, or you can sign up for, you know, a fucking $1 a month. You know what I'm saying? It's just a way to support the channel monthly if you're into that. I know there's a lot of people that have been doing that lately, so if you can't afford it, I'm not asking that. But if you can, make sure you check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo over on Patreon.com. Other than that, someone said call YouTube. Bro, they're so automated. You can't just get to a YouTube rep like, hey, what the fuck's going on with my channel? You email their help. Like, I mean, I can email them and stuff, but that's what I've happened to do. And then you get an automated response. They send you to the frequently asked questions. It's so hard getting in contact. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like a mom and pop shop type deal. And then GoFundMe, they said, I tried to get a hold of them. They said, we're a fucking, I forgot the word, proprietary company or something, so we don't have to give out information when we make decisions like this. So a lot of the times you really can't get an answer from these big ass companies or websites, so unless you go to the frequently asked questions, and you really can't find what you're asking, you know. So it's just, it is what it is, man. But it's definitely bullshit. So with that being said, yeah, make sure you check out the Patreon. Other than that, it is what it is. We'll be back tomorrow. PFL 6, Kayla Harrison versus Josette Cotton. I cannot fucking wait. We've been getting the Fight Companion ready. Check this out. Boom. Switched up the layout a little bit. Got the PFL posters over here. We're going to try and have the live fight clock. Although if there's any low blows, it's going to suck, because all we can do is start it at 5 and make it tick down. We can't pause it. But we're still going to have some sort of a fight clock so you can see where I'm at in the fight. And then also it's going to be prediction time. You can make your motherfucking predictions. We're going to have that for our upcoming, you know, it's just a preview for some of our up-and-coming Fight Companions. We're going to be doing shit like that. So appreciate everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you're here for the Fight Companion, Kayla Harrison versus Josette Cotton. Let the Full-Time family know what you think in the comments. And if you know anything about YouTube analytics, if you're a smart motherfucker, or if you know someone with a YouTube channel that's been experiencing similar things as far as that whole suggested feature, let me know, because I maybe there's a way you guys can leave good feedback. If a motherfucker, if someone can report you for, if somebody can report you for troll, if they're a troll and they're not even reporting you for a good reason, like, what the fuck can you report me for? Ain't no hate speech, nothing like that. So if someone can report you bad, just trolling, there should be a good feedback version. You know what I'm saying? Like a Yelp. Like, y'all should be able to be like, no, thumbs up. This is a cool channel. Like, you would think that's what the thumbs up do. We get a lot more thumbs up than thumbs down. So what the fuck is up with all these thumbs up? They should be pushing us up. But it is what it is. You know how that goes. We'll figure it out, hopefully. And hey, it is what it is. If not, we might have to make it. I thought about starting to upload videos on my second channel and seeing if that would have more success, if the suggested videos still worked over there, or if it, you know, if it's just going on with this channel. But I don't know, man. Just crazy situation, especially on top of shit getting flagged. But we'll be back, man. Thank y'all for coming through. It is what it is. Let the Full-Time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.